I'm gonna tell you something. I met Stuart Scott at I want to say early 2000s, and I knew him before he became super famous, Stuart Scott. And I don't mean know him as me and him hung out. He got my number, I got his number. I mean, I was aware of him before he came to ESPN, because he got his start and basically made his fame on CNN. And when he was working for CNN, he was so good and so different that everybody had to get, they was like, we got to find out what's going on with this guy. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? Like, he was in the Source magazine for what he was doing on CNN. And they had got all the rappers' attention because all the rappers read the Source. So when you read the Source and you said, who is this Stuart Scott? And I already saw him because I was actually watching, like, they actually had like a spoof thing where they were like, where they'll go around and watch some bits of what's going on around the news. They actually showed clips of him just doing a sports broadcast, how he was using all these slang terms and all these famous rap lines that most people knew, because it wasn't just for black America. White America buys more rap than blacks. They knew all the power. Whatever was popular in rap, the white kids knew, just like the black kids knew. So if he said a popular line, the white kids knew it, and they all watched sports too. That is the one thing that bonds us together. Like, if you go into a business office, you never met a guy before in your life, and he's a whole different nationality. The one common bond that we normally always bridge over to another race is, did you see the game? Did you see the sports last night? Did you see the game? Did you see the game? Because that's the safe zone. Sports, you can just talk about, and it builds rapport. And Stuart Scott knew this. And people from all different nationalities, like, listen to me doing all this stuff here on the internet, YouTubes and everything else. And we all bridged together based because of sports. And Stuart Scott was very smart to knowing how to incorporate personality and branch it across our entire nation. So he listened to hip-hop. He wasn't being artificial. It was something he did. He listened to hip-hop and said, well, I'm going to do this. I want to bring my own touch, my own flavor. I want to bring style to being a broadcaster. And that's what happened. And leave it to Fox News to put up something like this and put Stephen A. Smith in place of Stuart Scott when they're doing it. And they do this on purpose. This is not the first time they've done it. They've done it plenty of other times, but they do it just to try to send the message that we all look alike anyway. You know, it's sad, but they do it all the time. So it's just a tragedy that people would still support a news company like that. I don't even watch Fox News anymore. It was sent to me, but I think that's really disrespectful. Really disrespectful, especially for someone that passed away. You know, and a personality like Stuart Scott, who's beloved by everybody, to make that kind of mistake, you know, you don't do that. That's not something you do. But I remember one time, and what was it? The NCAA tournament. And this is when Stephen A. Had his show, quite frankly. And it was the NCAA tournament coming around. And someone looked at Stuart Scott and said, what does he say? And they told him, he was like, hey, let me get that picture with Stephen A. Smith. That's Stephen A. And he told him, he's like, oh, no, I'm Stuart Scott. And he was, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, I'm the other one. And he laughs smiled because I got the joke. Because and it was funny because that was the episode of Martin, and the same thing that used to happen with Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham. And it was an episode of Martin, and they had that on there. And somebody said, "Oh, aren't you that quarterback, Warren Moon?" And Randall Cunningham says, "No, I'm the other one." But it's funny because I automatically, bam, I went right back to the series. I knew exactly where he got it from. I knew exactly where it came from, but it was funny. Because he winked when he did it. Like, it was just like, it was cool. He didn't have an attitude about it, that the kid made that mistake. So, it was quite hilarious for me to hear that, but it was a great time. I mean, rest in peace to him and all his family. You know, I know they've probably been preparing for this moment. You know, they knew this was coming, so they were able to prepare for it. So I don't know what else to say. I'm not good at these things at all, but I'm out.